biometric, you don't have to pay for anything, so no worries.
Exactly. Hey guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Grateful to see you guys. Give us a big wave or throw a five in the chat so if you can hear us all right. Grateful to see you guys. It's been a week now since I've been on our normal IPA call schedule, and a week in our world, in the partner core world, feels like a month if you've ever been involved. It feels like there's so much that goes on, and what I love about our business is it feels like it's a hyper life because there's so much life that happens here, you know. So I'm grateful to have you guys on here. Definitely check the participants. If you have other teammates, give them a reminder, get them onto these calls because today I want to unveil with you something that is going to take our business to the next level. Okay. So if you're brand new, welcome to the family or welcome back to the family. If you've been involved for maybe like your first month, put a one in the comments if that's you. And we'd love to just recognize you and celebrate you. I also know we have people that are coming back in the mix. Shonda is on the line and she messaged me. She just had a baby not long ago, and she's been out of the loop and she's coming back in the loop. Bonnie's been doing amazing things. Brand new senior supervisor, was able to get quite a few customers, getting a lot of success. Almost at her first $1,000 earned, if not more, as well, which we'll talk about as well too. So grateful to have you guys. But the purpose of today is we want to get you guys trained and equipped. And I was just chatting with our officers and above, which is a goal I'd submit to everybody to get onto. Because officer and above in this company is the top 1%. It means they've made a comma weekly paycheck at some point. The top 5% of officers are making $6,000 USD a month. That's six figures out in Australia dollars as well too. And officers also get access to a special line called the Elite Line, which does anyone here love being in line? You just love it. Like it's your favorite thing, right? Yeah, if you want to cut down lines, once you're an officer, you get special access to an elite line that'll get you cross the customer service lines into a special place. And if you're someone like Allison Britton or Pam Middleton or Dr. Jody you see on the screen here, they will tell you it is a great place to be at. But that's a place you want to get to. But we were chatting about, all right, how do we really get things together? How do we really launch your business? And I was chatting we have an Officer and Above mastermind group, and I'm very grateful. This is a team that we are better together, as Partner Co says. And I look towards our officers and above for leadership, for guidance. I'm the type of person that if I have spinach in my teeth, please tell me. Who here has ever walked around with something in your teeth and it was way too long? And you're like, why didn't you tell? Right? So I'd appreciate that greatly. So that's the group that we collaborate with and we really partner closely with. So I'm very appreciative. I also want to give a special shout out. It takes a team to achieve a dream. This call, we have many people collaborating behind the scenes. We have people hosting our Zooms, which any of these, by the way, if anyone has a want and you have a heart of volunteer, you want to serve in any way, we love your help. Anyone that's help hosting Zooms, put Zoom in the comments below. We love to shout you out. We have today Sunny Yang that's behind the scenes. I see Katie on here. Twyla just got into the fold of things. Louis Taylor is helping lead that whole group. We're super, super appreciative. He keeps it with a man, he is organized and he just knows how to organize everybody. So we're appreciative. And we also have a prayer team. So in some of our morning calls, we conclude with prayer. Paula Allen she prays us out and she also coordinates with that group. And we have many on the prayer team that are on here as well too. I see Jolene that's on here and many others. So anyways, we have a thriving community and we have an amazing idea that there is. But what's the goal of today is we want to share with you what I know is going to take the team and your business to the very tippity top. If you don't know our story, we've been involved in this amazing game of network marketing for 17 years. 15 of which have been with the very same product. We were founding distributors with what we now call the body balancing drops. We've made millions through the business. And we didn't just do that once and we were lucky. We built our business to success, then we lost it all, then we built it back up and more. And if there's one, and all I mentioned is the reason I bring this up is we've been in everyone's shoes. I remember what it was like being brand new, thinking I was getting involved in a pyramid scheme. And I'm like, I'm going to quit this thing. I remember learning that this was a legitimate business and a beautiful business, then trying to talk to my first friends. And I did it the wrong way. And they all said no to me. And I thought I was going to quit. And then I realized that you can actually learn skills in this. And I went through the trainings and I went through with my mentors, and I started to get bad, then mediocre, then somewhat good, then got so good that you can't do it wrong. And I remember thinking to myself, my mentor said this, that one day you can get so good at this business, it's harder for you to not make money in your business than it is for you to make money. Now, that sounded nice in the beginning, so I must be nice, but I will rest assure you, if you are willing to commit yourself to learning the fundamentals of this business, and there aren't many, but if you master that, which takes time, some of us get it very fast, some of us get it very slow. Who here feels like you're more on the slower end of the spectrum with learning new things, right? Like I would put myself in there. But you know what's great? Once it clicks, whether it takes you 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 5 years. It took us 5 years to make our first 6 figures a year, part time. But after that, once, however long it takes you, you will walk out with a skill set no matter what the economy is. We're talking about gas prices just for fun, because I know that's a hot topic right now. And you know what I realized is this: you will only complain about gas prices or any prices in the world if you don't know how to make more money. But who here is grateful that we have an opportunity that you have the ability to write your own paycheck if you want to? It doesn't matter how much things cost in the world, you can always create your own economy. And that's what I love about our business. You have in your hands one of the most powerful businesses in the world. That no matter where you started from, we just got back from Australia from an amazing Connect event. So bear with me if my mind skips because I'm probably jet lagged or something, but you'll get the raw James. It'll be a good one, you know? We talked with people that literally grew up in rural parts of the world with no access to anything, now making 6 figures, now making 7 figures, right? We were around people that came from poverty. They were so poor they couldn't afford the R at the end of Po. Like they started like that, but now they're able to build lives with their families and they're able to travel the world and do all these things. This is a business that no matter if you come from Yale or jail, if you have a PhD or a GED, it does not matter. If you're willing to master the skills and put them into work, then you too can absolutely succeed and create something of significance for yourself. What's success for you here? You know, I'd submit at least $1,000 a month is a really good place. You know, Rebecca would like to help with Zooms. We'd love to help you on that. We will definitely train you. And when I say we, that means Louie and team will train you, you know, so we'll sign you up for that. Thank you for your leadership on that. But we have an amazing business, and being around in this space for this long, this will sound officer, and I'll tell it to you straight as well too. I have not seen a better wellness opportunity that we have. Who here loves our partner code products, by the way? You love them. They're liking them. They're doing some amazing things, right? I have not in 15 plus years seen any better program than what it is that we have here, bar none, and we're going to get better. I've also not seen a better business opportunity than what we have here as well too. So what we need to do is our job. And we have the opportunity and the privilege to lead others into this amazing pathway. So what I want to share with you today is our first iteration of what will eventually become a book, a pamphlet, a handout, something in your hands. I was using this analogy earlier, and I'm a person of faith. I'm not here to preach, but we know that there's a very influential book called the Bible. And what's interesting about this book is that it exploded the faith when Martin Luther and there was a printing press came into print and they put it into a document and it printed and everyone could have it. We're about to initiate on the biggest explosive growth in this company's career, in the company and within this team. And we've already hit #1 in the world this last year. We've already 10x the team around the world this last year. We're about to do another 10x. How? By equipping and empowering you and your future people with the blueprint to success. Because after seeing everything that's out there, there's some things that I know for certain, that I know works for anyone. And there's also a lot of things that I know that won't work for everyone. So we're just gonna like strip away all the fat, and we're just gonna give you the things that actually work and codify it and put it into a manual. And we'll call it a basic training manual. This manual will be introduced and it'll help you give the daily to-dos. Who here's ever had a question of, what do I do every day in my business to grow my business? How do I actually make this thing grow? It seems simple, but it's not so simple at first glance. Well, we're going to give those all to you today, and we're going to create something very, very soon. Now, note, this will be plugged in to an aspect. When we get started, we have a launch system, and our launch system works super well. We get you added to some groups. We get you connected. We have you make your color block launch pin posts. You start posting testimonials every day and you start attracting and selling. And this system works super, super well, where in your first 7 days, you will make money, you will make a profit. At the tail end of that 7 days, we want to introduce this basic training. But before I get into that, I want to bring up a special guest. I've been wanting her to share a story for a while, but I've been out in Australia and she's busy because she's got a lot of cool things going on. But I want to bring to the stage Miss Bonnie McWalter. Bonnie, are you able to unmute yourself at all?
Yes, hi.
Bonnie, how are you?
Great, thanks. I wish I had been in Australia. That sounds amazing.
Next time, you got to come with. No joke, for sure. It is amazing. And we have an opportunity that it could be a tax write-off and go make some money there as well too. So Bonnie, how long ago did you start with Partner Co?
March 11th.
March 11th. So it's been 13 days. Okay. 13 days. What got you? I know in the beginning when we were talking, and Mel, she's on the line as well too. Shout out to Mel, connected us. And what attracted you to Mel at first?
So Mel and I were in another business together, and I ended up winning a trip to Costa Rica. I'm not even sure how I did because I've already done more in this than I did for that company. Um, and Mel was on the trip, and she kind of took me under her wing. And Mel's from Alaska, and Mel had an amazing business in a lot from Alaska. And she was just someone that has become a mentor to me. She did a course over a summer after she worked with Jesse Lee. And excuse me, I was just blown away by how strong she was with everything in her life. And then how, if she's in Alaska, how can I make excuses right outside Boston, Massachusetts? And Boston's a tough area. People don't like network marketing or MLMs, however you want to put it, affiliate. It's just, yep, don't talk to me. That's how Boston people are. So I thought if Mel had made a post and I said, man, what is she doing now? And I've ignored some of her stuff for a while because I was like, I'm not getting sucked into another company. I'm good. I don't want to do this. And then she did something. I lost pounds, blah, blah, blah. And I am my boyfriend and I own Pathway to Health, which is a wellness company doing integrative nutrition and personal training. And so I messaged her and said, what are you doing? And she told me, and I sat on it for a couple of weeks. And then I started looking up everything. And then I said, all right, put me on a call with James. And James kind of challenged me and said, I said, if I'm doing this, I'm all in. I had foot surgery. I've been out of work for 4 months and I just am upside down right now. And James said, I'm going to challenge you to make a post. And here's the thing, I hate social media and I'm trying really hard to get over my fear of what people think and sounding scammy and salesy. And I said, all right, I'm going to post it. And it totally did not sound like me. And I had a couple people say, what are you doing? Was that you? Did you get hacked? And I was like, no, I didn't get hacked. But now you're curious. And they were like, yeah, but what is this? And so I said, all right, James, I already have like 10 people that are messaging me. How do I sign up? And so I decided to give it a shot. And I've been getting flooded with a lot of people wanting info. And I know half those people are going to say no, and then half are going to sit on it out of that group. And then there was a bunch of people who just jumped right in. And people watch. One of my coaching clients, I got her after 2 years of her watching my social media, just me being authentic and being myself. And that's the hard part is there's the judgment. People are going to judge, but now I'm at the point where if you don't put money in my wallet, you're not supporting my family, you're not supporting my children. I don't care what you think because in the long run, it does not matter. And I'm so excited to be part of this team. First of all, James, you're amazing. And I've been mentored by some great people, but the products definitely speak as well. And um, I think the biggest thing right now for me was staying consistent with social media. I've dropped off for the last 2 days, and now I've not had a lot of people messaging me. And the other part is I also had someone that had kind of a sensitivity to the stevia leaf. So immediately she's like, I gave it a week. I'm dying. I can't do this. I really wanted it to work for me. And then I had someone else say, my integrative doctor, functional doctor doesn't want me on these ingredients. And I said, funny thing is, he sells his own stuff. So I'm sure that's what it's about. And I had let her know that because I've been to him. I said, don't forget how much money he's making off you. And so that could have brought me way down because that was two people. And I haven't been in this long, and it started to discourage me. And then I was like, who cares? It's a numbers game. And after I got into this, sorry if I'm long-winded,
They're
James.
great.
After I got into this, I started a messenger group, Drops Support with Bonnie. And I'm just kind of going through and taking this seriously of how am I eating? I'm changing the way I eat to see how this goes for me. I don't usually eat fruit. I'm doing exactly the plan and I'm going to see what happens. I dropped 4 pounds. So I'm like, okay, let's keep documenting it. And that's what people want is they want to hear your story and they want to feel connected to you. And then it's just having a page where people can ask questions. And if I don't know the answer, I'm going to call Melanie or James. So that's
You're
kind of
on
what
it.
brought me here.
Bonnie, how many customers have you gotten?
Um, 17, but two are canceling. But I'm going to turn
15.
one of them into Advantage probably. I'm going to try to switch the way we're talking about it.
There we go.
And some of those people bought other things. Like part of it is you have to build a belief system with people. So, because it's like, what's this magic drop? And part of the reason I got into this is I just want an alternative for my clients to not want to jump on Ozempic. I want people to really understand their nutrition and have a small win while we work on building their proper plate and building their habits. And so these drops do give that win, and there's no side effects like Ozempic or any of the other stuff.
Love
So,
it.
yeah.
And how much money have you made so far, if you don't mind me asking?
James, I don't even know how to look it up.
Right on your I looked at your dashboard.
I don't know.
It's around
I,
$800. There's not
that's
bad.
beautiful because I'm broke, but I don't
What
have a
does
broke
$800 mean
mindset.
for you?
I'm sorry.
What does $800 mean for you?
Well, my groceries are 300 a week for my two boys, so that would help
Mm,
immensely for, this month because I also bartend at night and I've not been able to do that. I'm down to one night just coming back from surgery and I'm
mm,
kind of going backwards right now. So, in the way the world is right now, people need a belief system with you and they will follow you because it's one thing AI cannot take away is
mm,
you selling yourself and people wanting to follow what you do.
mm.
Because right now, society's crazy. The world is crazy. Finances are crazy. And you have to have a backup plan.
100%. Bonnie, mic drops everywhere. I think everyone's like, Bonnie's my new favorite person because who here loves Bonnie's Bostonian side of her, keeping it very real and everything. But what
Real.
I heard is this is the challenge to succeed, it's a real thing, right? You're going to have negativity, you're going to have pushback, you're going to have some things, but what's your attitude against that? It's, well, we have something amazing. You fall back to your convictions, and it goes right into your training, actually. But still, very successful senior supervisor, already achieved ultimate, like just going head in with everything. So we're super proud of you, Bonnie.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much.
Absolutely. Super, super proud. And so that part of launching is super important, right? Getting people into the water and then they're going to learn as they go. And then from there, it's what is the actual training? So if you're ready to take down some notes, then put a yes in the comments below. I'm going to go over with you this basic training. So if you see my eyes on this side, it's because I literally have notes for this, okay? This will be our codified stuff. But what's our goal? Our goal with this training is that you have a proven, foolproof blueprint on what it takes to actually build your business any day. You'll walk out with the skill set, the mindset, the habits that are going to actually produce success for you because success is a system of habits, right? This is not a Hopefully I'll get it one day. This is not a if I'm lucky. This is a certainty thing. It's like this analogy. Who here would agree that if you went to the gym and you worked out a certain way, you ate a certain way, slept a certain way, that you would get fitness results, right? It's not that Bonnie's different from Rebecca that's different from Ken. It's not like you're allergic to the gym. It's the system works if you work the system. Our business works if you work the system as well. And that has to click in your brain that it doesn't matter who you are. If you're willing to put in the work, it will work for you. And it'll build a lifestyle that you will just never be able to dream about, So it starts with this. Our business is plugged into a partnership. And we have an amazing partner company called Partner Co. If you want to succeed in your business, we want to align with what Partner Co's mission is. You want to live this, you want to breathe this, you want to eat this. It needs to be in your DNA because to what Bonnie said, your convictions, that's ultimately what matters. Partner Co, does anyone know their Partner Co mission statement by heart? You're able to recite it right now. If I unmute yourself or have you unmute yourself, would you be willing to do that? Anyone? I know the moment I asked that, you're like, I'm doubting if I know it or not. I think I do, but maybe. Anyone in the chat? Okay. Yeah, prosper, health, and wealth. So specifically, it is to power health and prosperity throughout the world. I like it because it's not long. To power health and prosperity around the world. This is so important because you're taking a look at the future multi-billion-dollar brand. Who here would align with that statement? You would like to also help power health and why not? That's like the two biggest hot buttons in the world. So I'm grateful we have a business that has that, but that is our mission statement as a company, right? And what we do in our business is how do we actually bring that into reality? Well, to succeed in that mission and then to tie it into your own mission. That mission's cool, but we have to personalize it to you. The first most important thing that is in this business is not what to do, it's why you do it. There's a saying that when the why is strong, the how becomes easy. When the why is strong, the how becomes easy. So I'd ask you this question. What are your whys with this business? What are your God-sized goals with this business? What are either the reasons why you're doing them? What are you doing it for? Or maybe this would click more. What are you doing this to run away from? Maybe for someone like me, when I got restarted and relaunched my business, I was running away from bankruptcy. My family, I put them into a bad financial state. We lost everything, had to move back in with my own mother-in-law. And I looked at that and I remember one day my wife wanted to buy a new bathing suit for us for just a pool party. And I was so broke, I couldn't even afford like a $10 pair of swimming suit for my wife. And I said, never again will I ever be this broke again. Maybe it's running for something, maybe it's running from something. But what is that for you? Yeah, throw it in the chat if you have the opportunity to. Jody says she's running away from a job. Oh my gosh, 100%. Limited freedom. I hate that. Someone tell me what to do. Someone tell me when to wake up and clock in, clock out. Never again. I want to do things on my own time. I want to do things with my own family, right? Maybe it's for legacy. Maybe you're not doing it for you. You're doing it for your kids or kids' kids. Maybe you want to be able to give other people amazing experiences. You want to give back, right? But I'd encourage you to really think, well, what are the big reasons why you're doing this right now, right? Running away from living paycheck to paycheck, sickness, 100%. Want to enjoy the sunsets and sunrises without worry. How beautiful is that? I think we can all align with that. Retire the hubby. How beautiful, So really think about what you want. To have retirements, your kids don't have to worry about it. Come on. So list those down. The more, the better. These will change. These will expand, right? But you want to expand. And I dare you to dream big. I dare you to dream so big that you have no idea how you're going to achieve it. But it's got to be something that excites you. It's got to be something that brings energy into your step. Because the truth is this. As much as I'd love to tell you, this business is just going to be rainbows and butterflies. And you're just going up and up and up and up and boom, to tippity top. That is not life. That is not truth. Anyone that tells you that is lying to you. The truth is this: it is a challenge to succeed, and you're going to go through an emotional roller coaster. Let's say you get started. I just look at Bonnie's story, right? You get started, you see the opportunity, and you get excited, don't you? Like, I can actually change my life. I can actually do something. And then all of a sudden, right after that first thought, you get brought back down because the what ifs in life happen. What if I don't do well? What if no one likes this? What if I get laughed out? What if this doesn't work? And you go down the emotional roller coaster. And then you go back up because you make your first post finally. And people actually message you. You're like, what? This is actually working. And then as soon as you're excited, you get brought back down because someone calls you out saying, are you a robot? Is that for you? Is that you? Is that a scam? Anyone get one of those messages before? And you're like, maybe it is, right? You don't know, you're still new. You're like, oh my gosh. And then you know what you do? You come back to training just like this. And you're like, oh, these are real people with real results. These are actual real human beings that are great. I don't want to listen to my naysayer friends or the people that have a cat or a dog as their Facebook profile and I don't know who they are. They're not putting money in my pocket. Why should I care about them? And this looks like a great community that actually is doing some great things, right? So as you go through the ups and downs through your business and life journey, the most important thing to keep you even keel is to go back to your whys, to go back to your reasons. The reasons are the things that will anchor you. Because one of the big truths in success is it's as much of a staying in it long enough to allow time to do what it needs to do as it is doing the right things. So you have to make sure that you're latched into your whys, you're latched into your goals. Okay? So once you know those whys, what are the goals? Goals are the stepping stone to achieve your whys. We want to dream big, but we want to keep your feet firmly planted on the ground looking at the next step. A confused mind does nothing. So you have to know, what do I focus on? In this business, we have some really cool goals that we submit to you. We have a whole 6-figure blueprint that if you choose to follow, you'll be able to rank up. You'll be able to use this business as a way to be able to fuel your dreams and your mission and everything. Okay? At the tippy top of this business are what we call our core rank. And I'd submit to you, if you're new, put a deadline to these, right? Put a date. They say that a goal is simply a dream with a deadline. So you have to learn how to lead yourself. You have to learn how to set some targets. You know what I love about our business? It's very forgiving. If you fail, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? You eat your own investment. Who here loves that we have a business that the investment is your product that you would use anyway? You know, it's like, that's great. Fail a different business? Oh gosh, how much are those costs? We're just hanging out with Stacy Pazan. She's an officer with us in this company, but she also owns a high-end photography studio. Anyone want to guess how much her high-end photography studio costs to invest in the beginning? $300,000. Who here would love to lose $300,000? That's a lot, right? Here, you eat your investment and you spend some time. Okay. But you do need to have some goals. So we have this whole thing called the 6-figure blueprint. And we do have title advancements that we want to get you to. And the first goal, we want to check off ultimate. It doubles your payout. It enters you in at top pay for life. You have your first 4 Fridays to achieve this. And speed of the leader determines speed of the pack. So you want to do that as quickly as possible. You can buy your way there. Some people just buy a pack and get themselves there. You can sell yourself there. Right? Stacy said she's never going to do that again. She can't eat her own equipment. Yeah, that would cause some really bad digestion problems, Stacy. Or you can sell your way to ultimate, right? Bonnie, we just heard from, she acquired at least 15 customers. So she started with a couple products and then she promoted and she sold and she got 15 customers, made $800 in the process, got herself up to ultimate. Did it within her first 10 days to ultimate. So the faster you can lead yourself, the better. From there, duplicate the process with others. You want to partner with 2 other partners as well too. If you want this business to scale, it's beautiful because it's not just about what you do, it's about what we do. We can make money by selling products to the end consumer, up to 43% actually. But you can also make money by developing a sales team that also sells the product and you make an extra 15% bonus from the sales there. Who here is grateful you don't have to do all the selling yourself? Imagine you can have 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 one day of people selling the product with you. It's a beautiful part about network marketing. So for all of our systems, we'll talk about how to do that. But you want to make sure that you hit ultimate, and then you also enroll 2 brand partners. The moment you do that, we unlock a higher level of training. We call the millionaire mentorship, where we will literally give you $1 million earners and access to training. So it'll teach you higher level skills, personal branding, social media, duplication, leadership, mindset. Literally, this mastermind would cost you tens of thousands a year to be in. We give it to you for free 99. And the way you get into it is you make money by getting yourself into it. And we've already learned from legends, and we're going to continue to have. Tomorrow, we have the amazing Annika Bell. She's a social media brand expert that happens to be on our team too. The best social media branding person I've known to date. She is not just known in PartnerCo. She's known throughout the world, actually. And we have the opportunity to have her in-house with us. She's going to be training our millionaire mentorship group on stuff like that. Who here feels that if you can master some aspects of personal branding on your social media, can help you make more money and attract more customers and partners into your page? Wow, we're going to teach you these things. But you unlock that the moment you go ultimate and you personally enroll 2 brand partners at least 200 points each. So we'd submit that to you to be able to get that first part there. If you're already a millionaire mentorship, put a me in the comments. If you're not yet, put not yet in the comments, because we want to help you to get there. Every single one of you that wants to can absolutely do so. Okay. And I could just go through testimony and testimony. Melissa, we'll get you there. Amanda, let's go. Larry, let's go. Margie, let's go. Oh, Bonnie's going to get it. You guys could already tell when Bonnie makes her mind on something, it's done. And that's the same for everybody. So we show you how to go through a 6-figure blueprint. As you go ultimate and enroll 2 people, you duplicate the process. And there's cool titles in PartnerCo. There's actually 12 promotions you can go from being brand new all the way up to senior officer, which is a 6-figure level in this business. You could be a Pam Middleton, who I'm looking at on the screen right now, who's now in the Wellness Academy and doing amazing things around the world. And just, she does this business so she can fund for her grandkids and all of their vacations, which, Pam, how many vacations have you brought your grands on now? Like every year, you're doing multiple. Feel free to mute yourself.
Oh, gosh, so many. I can't even add them up that quickly. But I'll figure it out and put it in the chat.
Absolutely. She got her dream car, a Tesla Model X, and one of the doors went up. And now those aren't even manufacturing anymore. So that's limited edition. She's traveling the world doing cool things, retiring into this. So senior officer is a great place to do that. And the way to do that is to do and to duplicate this whole system. The more people, new people you have that are ultimate and enrolling 2 people and duplicating that, it's going to lead into that, okay? But what I would encourage as a goal is look at the income that you want for your whys, and you might set one of these targets. And then you can ask the question of how to achieve that. But looking at this, and some of you might have goals that are greater than this, but for most of us, when I got started, I was good with 1,000 a month, a couple thousand a month. Put in the chat, this is USD, by the way, what title would you look at to achieving that could get you the income that you're looking for? All right, throw that in the chat, just off the cuff. You don't have to overthink it, but just a place to put a mark on. Senior officer, president, officer. Yeah, there's a lot of cool places that you can be at. Awesome. Yeah. You know what I'm obsessed about? I want to get a lot of people to at least manager. Pam's been on 8 cruises. That's nuts, Pam. And that's like 10 grandkids, right? Like it's a lot. So yeah, steady VP officer. Yeah. Again, and all those are amazing, but can we even submit that $1,000 a month extra can be transformational? Right? Put a 1 in the comments if you're like, I'd take that for part-time, right? So we're gonna at least master that. And the magic is if you want all the others, like going for ultimate enrolling 2 will get you towards $1,000 a month, for example, right? Going manager will get you towards $1,000 a month. Once we duplicate that in your business, that's how the higher titles become easier. Okay. And just case in point, personally, me and Becky were very honored to be considered what's called a chairperson level 4. In 1 week, that's like a lot. It's like crazy. And you know what we realized? It's thanks to an amazing team, but it's when you have a dialed in system and you keep on duplicating that, will say this with you, no joke. Chairperson level 4, which was probably 20 grand a week, I think, was the easiest title we've ever done in our entire career. The business can get easier as you do this well, because if you have a system that scales, then it gets a lot more fun. Does that make sense? Like, that's just to paint a picture. Like, we want you guys there. And we're sharing this with you because we know you can get there even faster than us will too. So you have your whys and you have your goals. How then do you actually take your steps to there? Okay. I'm going to submit to you that there's 6 things we do on a daily or weekly basis. Jim Rohn, who is a personal development trainer, says there's a half a dozen things that will make your life work well. There's a half a dozen things in your business that'll make your business work well. So Stacy says, I want a chair. I can go ship a chair to you right now. I'm just kidding. Chairperson is a title in this company. So let's get you there, right? So here's what you do daily in your business. And it starts with you. We have to lead ourselves. Number 1, if you're jotting down notes, become a product of the product. Become a product of the product. Success in our business rests on success in the product. First, with our own story. Here's a question I'll ask you. How many partner products are you using every day? Just think that to yourself. Because how many you use is probably how many of your partners and your customers are going to use. Are we living out the example? All right. Allison Britton, officer here. She's been in the wellness space for around 8 years. She got on board here, documenting her journey. She showed off how her back fat just sucked in, because you can't suck in back fat. And all of a sudden now is coaching her client to get amazing results. It's duplicated into the team. She has a very high standard of people following our body balancing program. We just had a body balance challenge, and the winner of that one out of 1,400 entrants won an all expenses paid trip for 2 to Maui. Who here would love to win that type of a trip? And that person was Matt Alf, and of course, Jolene, who had amazing results too, who were within Allison's team. Why? Because leader leads from the front. And Allison does an incredible job of doing that, starting from ourselves and then helping our clients do the same thing. So I want to ask you this question. What's your $1 million story with the products? And if you have one, great. Can we take it to the next level? I'm documenting another one as we speak. Can we use more products in our story? Okay. In our story, there's 3 aspects of it. And you want to master your story. Before, then, now. Like if somebody, I see Adam Grist, he's a brand new teammate with us. We literally met him on an Uber on the way from the Gold Coast airport to our hotel. And we got started to chat. And then I listened. And then he basically asked me to share my story. And I had my story down in a quick little pitch, enough where Adam got interested. We presented him to the business. He got excited, got started, went to the Gold Coast, went to the Connect event. Adam, do you mind unmuting yourself real quick? Because that's driven, man. That is super, super driven. I'm going to ask you right here real quick. Literally, we're strangers, became quick friends. Adam, can you hear us all right?
Yeah, I can. Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, mate.
I can't.
Okay.
Adam, so you just got started with a random stranger. I remember we were on the phone. I was in SeaWorld when you actually enrolled. And then you made it out to a 2-day convention called Connect. What's one big takeaway? How'd you feel after going to that event? What's one takeaway you had?
I thought all the people there were really good and like friendly. It was just a really friendly, close group. And I've been to a few things similar, but I haven't seen that. It's the closeness. And just everyone coming up and saying g'day, and that was probably one thing. I mean, the reason why I did it, like when I was talking to you in the Uber, I just thought that you're a pretty genuine bloke. You didn't come along, across as a salesperson. And well, obviously I've seen a few of those before, but I thought, he's a nice guy. And I actually said, to one of the guys, I still can't believe that's him. He's too nice. Yeah. So yeah,
Well,
but
welcome to the
yeah, I
family.
mean that was probably the main thing. I mean, yeah, I just and just taking it all in.
Yeah,
Obviously, getting started. Yeah,
come on.
yeah, good
Adam,
product. Yeah, also good products. Very good products. I can see that the quality's there because, I mean, if there was no quality, there's no way you'd want to do
yeah,
it. You wouldn't want to sell it because they
exactly.
won't sell.
That's it. Adam,
Yeah,
congrats, man. Welcome to the
that's
family.
right.
You're gonna be a next superstar store. We already know because I mean you're an action taker. That's what it comes down to, right? So that's what the business is all about. It's about connection. It's about building relationships. Thanks so much for sharing. And you can be the James to another Adam, so to speak, right? All of us have that opportunity, and that's what we have here, right? But we share the product, right? Before then, now, quick. Do you have a quick elevator pitch down of how this product has impacted you? And we can, of course, build that story. Okay. So number one is being a product of the product. Number two thing to do consistently is personal development. And this is super important because our business is interesting. Yes, it deals with selling products, but it's more than that. If you've been in this business long enough, here's the secret. This business is a compensation plan wrapped around personal growth. And when this clicked for me, everything changed. I remember my mentor shared with me this story, and my mentor ended up making millions and millions of dollars. But when he got started, he didn't know much about anything. He was trying to follow the system, he was trying to talk to people. He went up to his mentors one day and he said, "This thing you got me into don't work." He followed the system to a T, he thought. And the mentors came back and very quickly said this: "No, no, no, no. This system works. You don't work." He's like, "Oh, that was pretty blunt. The Bostonians would love that. The Aussies would love that, you know?" And he followed up. He said, "You don't look good. You don't talk good. You don't dress good. You don't smell good." And here was the key phrase: "Why would someone want to work with you if they don't even want to be like you?" And that day he realized there was something called personal growth. Who here is grateful that you don't have to stay the way that you are? You can change. And there's a saying that Jim Rohn says is, for things to change, you got to change. And success is attracted by the person you become. So one thing that you want to get obsessed about is growing you, to be very intentional. Here's the way that I think about it. To achieve the things that I have in my whys and goals, what person do I have to become in that process? How do I think? How do I feel? How do I act? For example, let's say Stacy said, "I want to be a chairperson." How does a chairperson making $500,000 a year, how does that person think, act, and feel every day? For example, if they had a problem come up and they had a challenge, someone ghosted them, would the chairperson fall over and quit? "Oh, they didn't get back to me. Oh my gosh." Or wouldn't their attitude be, "They missed out. Next opportunity"? If a chairperson got up and home life was crazy because the kids, this is real life, the baby was up until 3 a.m. in the morning last night because he's jet lagged. Would the chairperson look the next day and be like, "I guess I got to take a day off"? Or would the chairperson be like, "Don't matter. Shout out to Kelly, our amazing babysitter. Thank you." But the chairperson would be like, "We have a mission. Let's go. This is a part of the story." How would that next level of you think, feel, and act? And if you act as if you're already there, you're going to be there. This is one of the greatest secrets to life, and you have to be intentional about it. So, how do you grow yourself? One thing we recommend is become a student of personal development. So, this could be audios, this could be books, this could be podcasts. I don't know a single top money earner that's consistently doing that is not investing into themselves. We'll have a recommended list of people to follow, books to read, stuff like that. But you might look up Jim Rohn as a starter. Jim, Jim, Rohn is Rohn. Pretty much every single seven-figure earner in this profession has listened to Jim over and over and over again. Okay. He has a great CD called Building Your Network Marketing Business, only an hour. I swapped that out. Instead of music, I listened to personal development, work on my mind while I was on my off time. So every day, are you focused on growing you to become 1% better? Because if you become better and you apply your better you into your business, you're going to get better results. Okay. So that's a big thing. How is another way to personally develop? You are the average of the 5 best friends you hang around. Who here's ever hung around some negative people before? Yeah. And then you started to get negative, right? I tested this when I got started in this business. I had my friend circle and I love my frat bros, right? In college, I joined fraternity. We thought we were cool Asian kids. And I was always hanging out with them. And then I had my partner or business community. You know, I realized the more I hung out with my frat bros, the more I drank, the more I smoked, and the more I cussed, and the less money I made. The more I hung out with this business community, the more positive I was, the more uplifted I was, the more motivated I was, the more money I made. And this was a very simple question. Which crew should I hang out with more? This group. So I made it a goal to go and to grow events. The culture and community in our business is a big X factor here. You don't get this if you're Stacy Pazan and you started up a high-end photography studio. She's just by herself. You don't get this if you own a restaurant. You get this when you join Partner Co. So what we recommend is we have a series of events that are happening. Plug into as many as possible. Within our community, we call them income producing activity calls. Each day has its own separate flow, one of which is qualified only, which is Millionaire Mentorship. We also house these all in the Champions Network YouTube, whether live or replay. The more you attend, the more you're going to grow, the more uplifted you're going to be. There's also partner co calls in every region. There's corporate calls that happen. The biggest one that I'd submit to you, if there's only one thing that you could do for your entire year that's going to be the best investment for you, is attend a partner co event. Specifically, there's bigger ones called a Connect. A Connect is like a regional convention. They have them maybe once a year in each region. The Australian one we just went to was a Connect event. There's also the granddaddy of them all called PXP, Partner Co Experience. If you've been to PXP, put a PXP in the comments below. It'll change you. It'll obliterate all the stinking thinking that you got. You'll make the most friends. You have the most fun. It's also where you get celebrated and recognized for achievement. Oh my gosh, there's something. They spend multi-millions of dollars on these events to spoil us. And the ticket is like $100 or $200. The next ones in North America are Orlando, Florida, September 3rd to 6th. If you already have your ticket, put a 1 in the comments. If not, I recommend grab it as soon as possible. There's only one requirement I could give to every single person on this line is just attend your market's PXP. So North America will be Orlando, Florida, Australia, New Zealand, Macau. We're also going to go to that one as well too. That'll be end of October, beginning of November. You can go to more if you want, but at the very least, go to one. If you go to those and then you grow those, you'll see how your business is going to go. Okay. So events are very big, and that's one of the best ways that you can grow you. Okay. If you're ready for number 3, put a 3 in the comments. What do you do every single day? All right. Number 3, post twice a day on your social media. Aim for at least 5 out of 7 days. One post, personal. People want to get to know you. People buy from people they like, know, and trust. And some of you have things that are important to you. For some of you, it's family. For some of you, it's your pet. We want to see your cats. We want to see your dogs. For some of you, it's travel. For some of you, it's food. For me, it's food. I love eating. For some of you, it might be a faith, right? For some of you, it might be fun, maybe some hobbies. I am jealous of those with really cool hobbies like gardening or crocheting. Drop in the chat if you have an interesting hobby that you love to do yourself. Someone asked me that the other day. They're like, what's your hobby, James? I'm like, maybe I'm just a boring person. I like to do a lot of things, but I don't have anything I'm like dedicated to. Golf? You're a golfer, Allison? Really? Okay, you're going to teach me. Gold? I think Katie means golf, not gold. So it's some golfers there. Awesome. Crochet, wood burning? What's wood burning? Piano? You guys are so cool. Making cards? Really? Walking in nature? That's lovely. So cool. Flower farmer? Dang. All right. I have people with me, no hobbies. Racing your car. Jody Garner, if you don't know, she literally is like a drag racer. You would never think it. Man, she is like, she drives V8s. She literally does drag races. I'm like, what? That's so cool. So people want to know these things about you. So every day, post something about you in all these key areas. That builds your personal brand. Then every day, post something about your business or product. In our 7-day launch, we give you drops posts. That's a good one to post. Whatever it is that's related to that. It could be your testimonials for the product. It could be testimonials for the business. Maybe you got promoted, you had a teammate get promoted. Something around you and your business so people know that you're in a business. Here's a key thing you want to do with your business post though, if you want engagement on it. We call it the engagement sandwich. Social media, especially Facebook, rewards you for being social. So when you make your business post or product post, 5 or 10 minutes before you post, go on your Facebook, go onto your friends, their stories, their feed, and engage. Like, comment, post, like engage with people that you want to see your post. Then post. Then for the next 5 to 10 minutes after you post, the more the better, go engage on those that you want to see on your post. You will see how that'll drive your post to newer people so they'll see this over the course of time. And you build relationships there. Okay? So number 1, post twice a day. Number 4, what do we do? Number 4 thing we do every day is aim to present to 1 new prospect daily, whether it's product or business. The most important metric in your business is, are you seeing new people every day? If not, your business is staying still. Everything else doesn't matter. You can do all the personal development in the world. If you do not present to someone new, you're not building your business. Just keeping it to you straight. I could be the nicest guy in the world, but if I didn't talk with Adam about the business, he would just left saying, he's a nice guy. We eventually presented to him the business. So are you presenting the business every day? Here's a note to take down. If you want to be part-time, 5 presentations a week is part-time. If you want to be full-time, 5 prospecting a presentation a day is full-time. Now, a presentation could be a recorded video. It could be a live Zoom. It could be an in-person event. There's many iterations of a presentation. It could be a 3-way call. But a presentation is your prospect in front of information to educate them on the product of the business. But every day, aim for at least 1. Okay? How do you get people to see a presentation? Who here would like that answer? Okay, I know the formula. I know what I need to do. Well, how to do it? Well, 1 is you can attract. That's what our posting does. Who here has already had people comment or DM you wanting more information about your business, right? Like you follow our system and it's going to happen. But also, I'm a fan of action. There's attraction and action. Action is going to the prospect. And there's a skill set to do that. Here's one thing that I'd submit to you to look at. Make a list. Who's the top 10 people of mine you have that could be a good customer prospect? They're health conscious. They care about their weight, their looks, their skin. They care about their well-being, right? Like you can tell they're health conscious. Who's already investing into supplements, right? Who's gone through a health journey? Make a list of a top 10 there. Also make a list of a top 10 in business. Who's ambitious? Who's friendly? Who's positive? Who's an entrepreneur? Who's a leader? Who's someone you love to work with? And how you can talk to these people is we have a formula that we call the 3 C's. Okay? This is a simple invite formula you can use to talk to anyone about your business. Compliment, context, call to action. Compliment, context, call to action. For example, I see Louis Taylor on the line. I know he's a masseuse. I know he takes care of his body because he has to stay fit for that. I'm like, hey, Louis, I know you as somebody that's really health conscious, especially in your masseuse work or massage therapist work. I partner with a premium wellness brand, and we help people to feel great, lower inflammation, balance your body. I think it's something that you'll find interesting. Would you be open to taking a look? No pressure. I'd just love to share. Cool. So I complimented something about him. I gave context on why I'm talking about this and a call to action, which is to ask to see if they want more information. Business. Janine, I know you've had quite a career in business and you're someone I've always looked up to. I'm partnered with a system that's helping people make money online in a really simple, fun way. Or changing people's lives. Curious, would you be open to taking a look? No pressure. Yeah. Guys, does that seem simple enough? Like, just ask. If you don't ASK, you don't GET. So I'm going to invite, I'm going to action, I'm going to traction. No matter what, I want people, new people looking at my business. All right. Number 5, I'm going to speed through this last part. Number 5 thing you do every day, every week is follow up. Fortune is in the follow-ups. As much as I would love that every single person that says yes to more information right away gets started, most of the time, it's not like that. In fact, did you know that 80% of sales happen after 5 follow-ups? 80%. So it's a part of the game. What's following up, continuing the conversation? It's a relationship that we build. So Bonnie looks at the presentation, and I'm going to continue the conversation. Here's a couple of questions you can ask after follow-up that are simple, after they watch your presentation. Number 1, what did you like the most? Keep it positive. Not what you think, what would you like the most? Number 2, what are some of your biggest wellness or financial goals, depending on if you're presenting product or business? What are some of your biggest wellness or financial goals you love to achieve? We're here to help them get what they want. Louis says, I love to lower the pain that I have in my body so I can help with more of my clients. Great. He watched the presentation. Louis, here's another question. Do you feel like this program could help you accomplish those goals? I'll say yes or no. He says yes. Awesome. Last question. Here's a closing one. Besides next steps and getting started, did you have any other questions? I'll repeat those. Here's what I do after I present. Rebecca, what'd you like the most? What would you say are some of your biggest financial goals? Because we showed a business presentation. Do you feel like this program, this system, this business could help you accomplish those goals? Awesome. Besides next steps and getting started, do you have any questions? And they may or may not have questions. If they have questions, here's what I'd encourage. Leverage a third party and bring an expert in. Hey, Rebecca, that's a great question. I'd love to introduce you to Pam. Pam's stellar with this business. She's helped a lot of people do well. She's in the top 1%. I'd love to introduce you to her. Can I put you in a three-way chat? Call, whatever. So get good at leveraging. Same with wellness. Bring in someone else. Just because a profit's not appreciated on land, three ways are powerful. All right? Finally, number 6. What do you do? Once you have a new customer or a new partner started, support them. Support them. One of the best secrets to finding more interested clients and partners is support the ones that you have that are with you well already. So understand this. A happy customer will become a happy brand partner. And then a happy brand partner will lead you to more customers and brand partners. So have a weekly cadence at least. Check in at least once a week. The more the better, but at least once a week with your customers. Let's say Allison is getting me onboarded on the drops on our body balancing program. She's going to check week 1. James, how are you doing on the program? And I'll give her some responses. She might tweak some things. And you continue to follow up to see how you can serve and support them until I have a win. I feel better. My cravings are down. I lost a couple pounds. Awesome. Hey, if there's a way to get your products discounted and even help you make some extra money just by helping people that I'm sure are going to ask you questions about what you're doing, would you be interested? You're turning a customer into a brand partner. With a partner, what do you do to support? Help them launch their business, just like you did. Help them get connected to the communities and all of our systems that are in place. Help them come on to these calls so they're growing as a partner. Get them to ultimate and 2 enrollments. Get them into millionaire mentorship. And that's our training. There's 6 things we do consistently. Be a product of the product, personal development, post twice a day on social media, present to 1 new prospect a day, follow up, and then support your existing customers and partners. If you do that and you start with you well, it's going to start to duplicate and then start to duplicate and then start to duplicate. I know with a story, there's a very popular company called Herbalife. Who here's heard of a little company called Herbalife? They do billions a year. And their products are good, but they're debatable compared to ours. Ours are way better, to be honest. But they have Cristiano Ronaldo that's promoting Herbalife, and they've done a lot. The founder of Herbalife, this is how he started this business. He got a good product that got results. He shared it with his grandma. The grandma, he supported her to get some decent results on that. Grandma was so excited to start to share it with other people. That started a whole cascade of effects that has now done billions and billions and billions of dollars a year around the world that has impacted families around the world. If Herbalife could do that with a subpar product to ours and a subpar comp plan to ours, why can't Partner Co. and your business be the next Herbalife and bigger? And we're just in the beginning. Okay? So guys, I hope this is helpful. If you got any more clarity on what to do, put a 1 in the comments below. The goal is to take this, and it's going to be extra good because imagine you have a manual in front of you. Imagine you can fill things in. Imagine you can get trained, and then you have that, and you can repeat that and repeat that and repeat that. And I'd submit that to learn something, it's going to take at least 8 exposures. So if you didn't get it all right now, it's okay. We're going to continually make sure that we can drill this in. But what I just shared with you is what I know that I know that I know are the essentials for our business. And if you do that and your team does that, our team does that, we're going to scale like crazy. Okay? So with that said, stay tuned. Lots of cool things going on. And take action on that today. All right? But with that, feel free to mute yourself. Have a great one. God bless. We'll see you soon. Bye, guys.
God bless
Bless you,
everybody.
James.
Awesome.
Great
Thank
call.
you. Have a great
Thank
day.
you.
Have a
Thank
blessed
you,
night.
James.
Thank you, James. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Thank you,
everybody.
James.
See
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Great
Thank
call.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.
Hi from Australia.